Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for coming back and watching another one of our videos. So today I will take you through on how to set up a social media or dating website. So there's quite a lot of money to be made out there based on running your own social media or dating website. So I thought I'll do a quick video and take you through the process of setting it up and doing a basic customization so you can get started in literally in minutes. So this video assumes that you already have a website hosting and domain name available to you. If not, you can watch one of my videos on how to build a website that takes you through the process of getting the hosting and domain name and the basics of building the website. Okay, so log into your hosting cPanel and scroll down to the software installer, right? And we'll go in, and it loads up, and we'll pick social networking, right? And there's few scripts available here. Back in the days, I used Dolphin a few times. It's quite a reliable script, but they have stopped the support for Dolphin. And if you look at the last release date, it was in 2019. So there's no, and my understanding is there will be no further releases of Dolphin. So no new features or anything available. Right. I haven't used any of this. I have used Elk once and found it a bit more complex. It's more like a community website, but it just didn't work out for me for whatever reason. But recently I've tried this one, PH7 CMS, and it seems to be quite a good with a lot of features and relatively new release date. And from the looks of it, it's actually quite user-friendly and easy to run. So that's what we'll do. We'll set up PH7 CMS and we'll do a few custom changes to it to make it, look like your own website. So you click on PH7 CMS, it takes you to this window, and go install now. So it takes you to the installation page. You pick your domain. So we'll use our test domain here. The directory, if you're installing it in the root directory, just delete this one so people can access it via the domain name. Also make sure you select HTTPS, as now a lot of browsers will give you a little red arrow here if it's not secured. So in my case, I will install it into directory, and I will install it in a directory called Meet. Right, just put it because there's another website running on the main domain. So you fill in the site name. We'll call it my first social media. Right, then you enter username and password. My recommendation is change the admin to something else. But for this purpose, I'll just use admin, and the password is admin1. Okay, then you fill in your first name, last name. You can do what I normally do is for the first name, we'll put the site name and admin. Right, and then you select the emails. Right, since I don't have any of the other emails, I will just use the admin mail for everything. Otherwise, if you do use all these preset emails, you will need to make sure you create them in the cPanel. And you click install, and that should run for a couple of minutes, and your site should be okay. Cool. So it did give me an error. I need to update my password. So let's call it admin123. Okay, let's try again. Install. So one capital letter. We'll go admin sure I don't forget the password, otherwise I won't be able to log in into the admin interface. Okay, so here it is. So it's installed, and we can see the front page here and the admin interface here, right? So here's the front page. It looks it looks like any other, social media website. It gives you a few profile on the front page. It gives you a basic video here, and it's a sign up. So let's log in into the admin interface and see what we can change. So this one should be admin and admin 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're logged in and it's basic. So the dashboard is actually quite good. There's few things and I'll take you through them. So let's start by basically we go through general settings. I'll open it in a new tab. Then we'll do this one, website icon, website colors, email settings, static pages, and enable disable module. So I've opened all of them in the new tabs, and we just go through tab by tab and go through the settings. So we'll go to general, and this one has quite a few settings. So it's actually will give you a lot of options to customize the website. Obviously, we'll start with your site name. It has few templates here. So let's say use let's call it send date. We can use that one. Default module user. So that's a module which shows on a home page. Then you set the language. Then you select the map type, profiles, splash page, splash homepage. So splash homepage is this one, right? So that's your splash homepage. If you disable it, it will just give you the interface without the video and anything else. So that's enabled. Display profile, number of profiles. So this probably should be reduced to about 20. WYSIWYG editor, I generally selected to enable. Social media widgets enable because you do want your site to be shared and promoted. This one I would not recommend enabling it. It does have a third-party integration and it sometimes breaks your website, and also especially if you're not going into sort of adult stuff, it will come up with some adult material, possibly with some adult material, so I wouldn't recommend enabling it. Cookie consent bar I would enable because it will, so by enabling this it will come up with a little bar here saying are you accept our cookies, which is now on the privacy policies. You're probably required to do that. Site status online. If you want to disable the powered by link in the footer, you just disable this and you save it. Okay, and as you can see, once we saved it, it took the settings and now it came up with accept cookies. So now for a logo, okay, so that's your current logo. You can choose the file here and upload your new logo to the website and it will show, it will change this logo, right? Design colors, so you have different options for different sections here, so you can pick any any color you want. If you don't know, just leave it as is. Registration, this is an important bit. So here you need to select self-activation by email or manual activation by administrator, and this is mainly to protect you from spam, because if you select no activation required, basically anyone will be just joining in with valid or invalid email addresses. So I normally go self-activation with email. Same here. Minimum user length, I would prefer this to be 6 generally. Minimum age, so if you want to set the minimum age for registration. Date of birth field, I normally say date picker, it's just a bit easier and this is what is commonly used. Require a photo to be uploaded, so if you want to force people to upload photos, just change it to yes. and default membership group. So here you have a multiple membership groups, right? And based on, there's obviously you can assign prices and features to each membership, right? So the default one should be the free one, and we save it. Okay, now so we go picture and video. Use the watermark. So yeah, do use the watermark. So and default video it's just YouTube. Just you can disable this one. So the videos are not autoplayed, or if you want to enable it so they autoplay, so you put it here. We need to save again. One note is just make sure you save after you've done the changes on a page, and just click save, because sometimes when you move to the next one it may not save it. Okay, nudity filter. I would recommend enabling that one. And here is approval, so for profiles, videos, and it's up to you if you want to change it to enable. So if you change it to enable, you will have to approve literally every photo for the profile which is uploaded and so forth, right? So save. Now email, so that's your email settings, and you can change your emails here. Okay, security, password links, and here you can set also the number of failed login attempts before you block the user. And what else? So send reports by email. Yes, you can put IP restrictions. But basically, if you're not sure, just leave it blank. The settings are quite okay from what I've seen. Spam also, so you can enable the capture if you want, and to reduce the spam as well. But not if you're not sure, just leave it as is. Then API. So if you want the maps to be displayed, you put the Google Map API here, and you can get it from the link here, right? And then for the chat API, for the chat API, you put the API link here if you want to use a different chat, and etc. Right? But leave it default if you're not 100% sure. And automation. So this is more or less for automatically sending emails, like newsletters and things like that. So, but again, if you're not sure, just leave it blank. Okay, so we save all of it, right? And so we're done with general settings, right? So now meta text. So you have the home page title, so you might want to call it either home, or you can call it as your website. So that will be the title of your home page and displayed here. Headline. So headline is something which is, you see it displays here. So that's a headline. Be on the right place. Then you have a slogan. So, and the slogan displays here, right? And then you have a quick description, which you should change to something related to your site, which is displayed here, right? So that's the 3 points you change. Then meta tags, that which is used for search engines, etc. Same as keywords. Also probably put your name in here, etc. And the rest just leave it as is, right? So that's on meta tag setup. Now logo we've done. Colors we've done. Email we've done. Pages. So this is pre-built pages. So for example, like about, you see all these pages here, which also will show on the website. They pre-built, and you can change them. So if you, let's say, click on this one, it will take you to the editor, right? And you can change the text here of your about page, which I recommend doing it, because a lot of current pages do refer to the software developers, right? And then you go through, you add the terms and conditions and so forth. Okay, next you have the modules. So, and you have here quite a few modules, right? And you either enable or disable them as you wish, right? And now on the cool features. So, as you know, especially if you're building a dating website, quite often no one will join it initially, right? It's really hard to get people on a dating website, especially the one which is empty and has no users. So if we go into, people, right? There are a few predefined profiles which get loaded into the system. So there's about, I would say, 20 profiles which are loaded into the system from different countries, right? So if you're doing but to make the site a little bit busier, right? Especially, as I said, if it's dating, right? There is a feature, and if you go user admin, users, and then you have this one, fake profile generator, right? So you click on that one, right? It asks you how many profiles. So let's say we'll go 25 profiles, gentlemen and ladies, and you pick a nationality. So if you're doing an international sort of site, just put random nationalities. If you're doing a specific site, see if your nationality exists. If it doesn't, I'll show you how to change in the configuration to your specific country. So we'll call it American, right? And we'll go add fake profiles. Right, so it will take a few seconds. It's now generated 25 users, right? And if we go into people browse, right, we can see the new users here from America, right? Both males and ladies. And also, if we now go to our home page, right, and refresh it, it will pull those users here as well. You see, it's now pulling the users here. And if you want, you can delete the old users as well. So you can generate, I don't know, a couple of hundred users there, and when someone goes in, it will actually look like your website is relatively busy, right? Then you have another one is, sorry, where is it? It's called when it's sitting. It's basically the site where you can define the membership levels, right? I've seen it somewhere, but I just can't find it anymore. So go. Oh yes, so you go into mod, billing, and membership lists, I believe. Right, and here we go. So it gives you the groups and the memberships right here, and you can set, how often it expires, if it's available or not, what are the restrictions on the membership, and the price for the membership here, right? And then you also will need to set up your gateway and it has all the inbuilt gateways in here, right? So this is basically, the backend customization, but here where the interesting part comes in. So let's say you obviously want, make it more custom, right? So first of all, if you log in, right? So let's say if you click on the profile here, you've got this profile with the country United States, right? And let's say if you're in a different country, right, you want to update it to your own country. So there's a few things we can do, right? So we'll go back to our cPanel, right? And we'll go to the database management, and this is something, which it's relatively simple to do, right? So we've done, I believe this is the database here, right? We'll go into so the table is membership info here, right? Okay, so this is the wrong database. Okay, so this is a database. Okay, and we'll go into membership info. Right, and as you can see, here's all your members, right? And this is the edit members with, country, US, etc. So there's two things you can do. You can go into SQL here, right? And it gives you, well, there's actually an easier way of doing it. So you run this command here, go. So this is to run the SQL. It provides the table. So let's say you want to change the country, right? So you double click the country, right? And you change it, let's say, to KE, which is Kenya, right? And you hit enter, and it gives you this this query, right? So it says update table set country equals KE, and then it gives you for a specific member, right? So what you do is you copy this, right? Then you go into SQL, right? You paste it in here, and you delete the everything including where, right? And this will update the country for the whole table. So now if you execute this one, right, it said 41 rows affected, right? So now we'll go back to this table, and we'll see, you can see the countries everywhere is KE. And now if we go back to the website, right, we refresh it, right, and you click on the profile, you will see the country is Kenya, right here. Right, and here is the error because we haven't set up the Google API for Google Maps. So don't worry about that one. Once you plug in your Google API code in there, it will work fine. So this is how you update the country, and you follow the same way to update the postal code, state, and city. Right, so that's on updating the profiles and making your site look a bit busier. Now, another thing I want to show you is, so we'll go back to the front page, right? So you have this, right? You have the image here, so the background image, and also there is a background video playing. And if you want to change it, there's a couple of steps you need to do. First of all, you can see the video playing. First of all, you need to obviously create your video and update your image. So if you don't have one, I would recommend there is a website called here, pexels.com. So you can get free images and videos. So if you go video and you click, let's say, dating, right? So it will give you a few free videos which you can use on your website, right? You just pick whichever one you want and download it, and then upload it to your website to make it work. So now I've done the video, and you also need to do the image, because what happens is when this website loads, it loads the image first, and then it buffers the video, and then once the video is buffered, it starts playing the video. So you need to have an image, which is, and what you can do is when you download the video that you've decided to use here, right, you just do a screenshot of the starting image of the video and upload it here, right? So it will bring up the image first and then buffer the video, and then the image will literally turn into video. So to show you how we do it, so I've done that one, right? So we can go into File Manager in your cPanel, we'll go to blog, right, and then we'll go to your folder, Meet, right, and here you will have a folder templates. So you go into templates, Then you go into themes, right, and you go, so you need to remember which template you've selected, right? So if you're changing templates, you will have to do it for all the ones which are currently active. So I believe we've selected Zendate, this one. So we go in here, we go into File, Splash. So this is the splash page configuration, right? And you have these 3 files, right? So what you do is let's rename this one. So we call it underscore old, right? You rename this one. Let's call it underscore old, right? And we'll rename this one. Rename file. Okay. Now we will upload the new files, and I've already pre-built the video and the image for this demo. So we'll go to select file, desktop, test, and so we'll upload this one, which is an image file, right? And we'll select and upload this one, which is the video file. Right, so let's say so my connection is a bit slow for upload to this, and as you can see, it's taking a little bit of time to upload the relatively small video, but there's just too many people using the internet right now. Okay, so it's uploaded. Now we go back to File Manager. So where is refresh? Reload here. So we'll reload, and you can see your image. So what you need to do is you rename this one, and you call it 1 underscore, right? So this is done, and you have a video as well, and so you rename this video, and you call it the same 1 underscore. Okay, so done. So it was renamed. Now we'll go to the home page and we'll refresh it, and hopefully, so it doesn't. So it didn't do it, and the reason it didn't do it initially because it was cached, right? So now it's cleared the cache and it showed the new image, and now it's buffering the video and the video starts playing. Okay, and so this is how you change your front page video, and basically now you have your customized dating website. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. It took a little bit longer, but as you can see, in under half an hour you can have your own social media or dating website. So if you liked the video, found it useful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching, and see you again soon.